Hey y'all, welcome back to Real Rotten Sweet Tarot. If you are new here, welcome. If you are a returning member to the Soul Tribe, welcome back. Leo, this is your reading. Y'all, I'm sorry. I was eating a chocolate chip cookie and now the chocolate is stuck in my nail and that's going to bother me. So we have to get that out before we even proceed. But nevertheless, Leo, this is your reading and this is your season. Happy birthday. Y'all already know whenever it's a new season, we bring out the Seasons of the Zodiac book. You already know. And I think it's just so nice that it literally has specific things for each sign. If you are new to my channel, you are now just discovering this book. But yeah, every time it's a new season, it's somebody, new Zodiac's birthday, I always read just a little passage from this book and just some self-care tips specifically for your sign. And I think that's so cute and sweet. But like I said, we're still going to hop into the reading. So I'm not going to make this super long and exaggerated, but I am going to read just a few small passages from this. And yeah, I feel like you guys should be intrigued to hear it because I feel like everything is really different for each sign. So finding something specifically for you is like, oh, like your own little personal gift. So let's get into it. Leo season jolts us out of Cancer season, introverted mood, and projects us into an entirely new stratosphere. In this season, we're feeling confident and eager to soak up the sun. We're replenished our energetic reserves, spent enough time in our fields, and are ready to be seen. The sun travels through Leo from approximately July 23rd to August 22nd. Dare to take up space. Follow your childlike joy. Treat love as your guiding light. Yeah, Leo season really is about being bold, expressing yourself in ways that you haven't before, doing new things. And I love how it really says, treat love as your guiding light. A lot of you guys could be in like harmonious relationship right now. You could be in really lovey-dovey good energy with your person. But your 3 self-care tips are spend time with your inner child. So close your eyes and bring up an image of your inner child to your mind's eye. What were you wearing? What toys were you around? What did your room look like? Tune into your senses and what it feels like to be in that space again. And the second one is get glammed up. The quickest way to tap into your unlimited source of radiance is by stepping up your glam, playing dress up, getting a level of confidence, and helping you feel into a future reality or version of yourself in the present. I like this one because it's really telling you dress up like you're rich, dress up like you're super wealthy. If you see yourself as like this grand dame person that loves to throw tea parties, dress yourself up as if you're a person that throws tea parties. Literally have on the little white gloves and everything. And if you're a man that's like, I really see myself as like, I don't know, I used to want to be a cowboy. I really did. That's also tapping into your inner child. Maybe one day you and your person need to go to like a hoedown or something like that, and you both dress up as cowboy and cowgirl. You get what I'm saying? Like, and then last but not least, literally go out. Leo loves to be the center of attention. Yes, y'all do, especially with your outfits. Leo, I've never met a Leo that don't throw that shit on. Like, I feel like y'all style is always top tier. And yeah, you like to be seen. You like to be noticed in what you're wearing, just period. But yeah, get ready to go out with friends, can reawaken some of your inner confidence. Lion lives in prides, and Leo is a social sign. Spending time with friends and loved ones while embodying the glamorous version of yourself will recharge your batteries during this season. So yeah, a lot of you guys really need to start hanging out with your friends and family more. Get yourself back out there. I don't care if it's like a pottery class or going to the club. There's a balance. Like, as long as you are tapping into your inner child and being social, your sign is very social. It's kind of like Libra as well. You could be dealing with a Libra, you don't have to be, but very two charismatic signs, very social, very bubbly. Yeah, but nevertheless, there's a whole page on how to manifest and just different little things you can do. And we're just going to hop right to the affirmations because that's the part that I love. It is safe for me to take up space. And as I say these, you can repeat them back to yourself in your mind or out loud, whatever feels best for you. I will be honest though, I think affirmations are most powerful said out loud because you're like speaking it into the universe. You're feeling it. You can look at yourself in the mirror when you're saying it. I shine so bright. My authenticity is my superpower. My inner child knows best. I radiate confidence. Having fun is my job. There is no one else in the world like me. That could really be for every sign. I love that line. But I love every part of me, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I choose to validate myself. I am a conduit for creativity. I lead with my heart. My generosity is contagious. I am a ray of light. My generosity always comes back to me. Making time for play and pleasure is a radical and restorative act. I always choose love. My generosity brings me blessings. And I feel like that's so true for your sign. Oh my God, Leo. I love that. It's so time to tap in and see what's going on. We're hopping right into the intuition deck. I hope those affirmations stick with you throughout the day, throughout the remainder of the year. That doesn't just have to apply for Leo season, even though all of those things are going to hit strongest for you during Leo season, okay? What does Leo need to know, see here, for their month, for their birthday, for August, period? What's going on for Leo? What do they need to know, see here, for my Leo collective, for Leo? Those were really good affirmations. Like, I'm not going to lie, even after just reading them for you guys, I feel like whole in a way. Like, wow. Okay, we got a lot. God's protection is extra heavy at this time. Whenever this 11:11 on the clock, as I say this, whenever this card comes out, okay, and I'm going to write that. Some of you guys could be seeing 11:11 lately. If so, this is a double confirmation or triple. When this card comes out, it makes me feel like either somebody is playing in your energy field or somebody is against you in some type of way and they want to see your downfall. So God's protection is extra heavy at this time because whatever is trying to get to you so bad, it's getting blocked. So I feel like if your season has been filled with things that have been trying to block you or get in your way, but every single time something still ends up turning out right, that's because God's protection is extra heavy at this time. Like, God do not play about you. I want to take you on a date. Oh, okay, Leo. I don't want to take you out. You might want to take somebody out, but most of the time, it's somebody wants to take you out. A customer service rep, that could be somebody's job. Somebody could drive a Dodge. Somebody could drive a Ford. Lots of cars out here. And last but not least, why you so fine? Okay, so Leo, somebody think you so fine. All right. And like I said already, some of y'all can really be in lovey-dovey energy. And even a lot of y'all affirmations are saying, like, love is what really, like, guides your light. Like, love is what really helps you. Like, when you bless people, you get blessings back. But it's just how your personality is. It's not like you're looking for something. You know what I mean? You're not looking for something in return. It's just your genuine spirit. But now we're going to go into the what lies beneath. Don't be scared. This isn't going to ruin your birthday. But we do have to see what lies beneath your energy, especially if God's protection is extra heavy at this time. What's going on for Leo? What's going on for Leo? What needs to be known, seen, heard for August? What's going on for Leo? What lies beneath for Leo? First one out, game over. Whose reading did I just do? Geminis. You could be dealing with a Gemini. You don't have to be. Gemini could also be in your chart, your moon, or your rising. So definitely go watch that. Bad choices. Lots of red here. Connecting that to your root chakra. Maybe some of you guys really do need to work on your like childhood. Maybe some of you guys have childhood trauma. Maybe you made, and then last but not least, keeping a promise. Maybe, and anger management. Sorry, y'all. But maybe you guys do have childhood trauma that you need to work on. Or maybe you made a lot of bad choices in your childhood and it's still following you into your adulthood. So it's a need to heal. But we're going to see. We're going to see. What's game over here for Leo? What's game over? What's game over? Oh my goodness. Okay. The Hangman. A major arcana right off the bat. Maybe you guys are being put into a position of where it's like, if something specific happens, this is game over. And I'm not going to change my mind about it. The Hangman is just the biggest sacrifice of an old way of thinking. I can't move like this no more. I can't operate like this no more, or it will be game over. But why is the Hangman coming out for that? Why is the Hangman coming out? The Ace of Swords. Okay. If you find out some type of like huge new truth, or you gain a new sense of clarity about something, I feel like whatever relationship you're in, it will be game over. I don't know what this big thing is, but the Ace is representing something new. Swords is representing truth, your thoughts. Oh, Nine of Cups in the reverse at the bottom of the deck. Maybe if you find out that somebody isn't really emotionally happy, or if you aren't really feeling fully emotionally satisfied, you have no choice but to leave. I feel like a lot of you guys have been in situations in your life where you didn't walk away as soon as you should have, but you're not thinking like that anymore. You're like, I'm not going to waste time. If I if I am realizing some type of truth that I'm not really fully satisfied, I'm not really emotionally satisfied, or my person isn't, they're just like faking the funk for me, basically, it will be game over. And I will walk across this cobblestone road by myself. What else with this Ace of Swords? What truth is Leo? It's almost like, I don't want to say you're afraid for some type of truth to be revealed, but it's almost like, I feel like some of you guys are waiting to hear something. You're waiting to gain some type of clarity. Yeah, Six of Cups. Something about your past. You either want to know the truth about somebody's past, or some type of truth about your past is going to come up, and it's going to be game over. This is crazy. But heavy water energy. You could be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There's just a lot of memories and a lot of past things coming up right now. And I feel like that's also what has made a lot of your relationships not work out, because you'll either start thinking about the past, you'll start trying to look for, let me try to look for the truth, because I know this person lying to me. Let me keep hunting for the truth in something. When in reality, I don't feel like anybody was ever lying to you. Yeah, and that's what stems from that childhood trauma. That's why both of these cards off the rip got all this red in it. Connected to your root chakra, all this red. Something happened in your childhood, in your past, that like makes you operate like you always have to dig for something. It's almost like you're like a pirate digging for like buried treasure, when in reality, the treasure was always on top of the boat. It was never buried, and everything's really okay. But because you have that trauma, because whatever happened in your past makes you feel like you have to search for the answer or the secrets in somebody. Yeah, I feel like maybe a lot of you guys really are sacrificing that old way of thinking. What else? What's bad choices? What's bad choices here? The Sun, your card. And then the Four of Swords. Okay, this is really like a whole personal reading, to be honest, so far. Everything's coming out in the upright, really. Bad choices with the Sun and the Four of Swords. I feel like a lot of you guys are like, I find joy when I make bad choices in life, but then I regret it later when it's time to go to sleep. Because the Four of Swords is like, I mean, I'm not losing no sleep over it, but is it like that last little underlying thought before I go to bed? Yeah. Is it coming with me into my dreams? Maybe so. Is it the first thought on my mind when I wake up? Maybe so. But it's not stressing me out so bad to the point where I can't sleep, I can't eat. You know, it's just taking over my mind. But I also feel like Spirit is also trying to get through to you that, do you have to find joy in your life just by making bad choices? Do you have to have fun and be in true happiness only when you make bad choices? It looks like she's in a bar. Some of you guys could smoke or drink, but I just feel like that's the biggest like message of it all that Spirit's really trying to get through. Do you have to partake in these things? Do you have to make these bad choices just in order for you to have joy? And that's a huge question, because I feel like it's basically like, do you feel like you have to be under the influence of something to have fun, to tap back into your childlike energy? This is deep, Leo. And I feel like maybe this is the reading you needed, just because it's like your own little personal birthday reading for real. Like, I'm not really seeing any other people's energy in this, to be honest. But we are getting to this card, so we will see. What's keeping a promise here? Wow, what's keeping a promise? What's keeping a promise? Oh, and for those of you that like haven't really been smoking or drinking, I just feel like, yeah, still coming up with that Six of Cups. A lot of you guys are thinking so much about your past and how it's affecting you today. And I still feel like that's what's kind of blocking your full throttle joy, for real, for real. You can't find true joy when you're always trying to think about the past or find like a negative in the situation. We have the Nine of Wands here coming out with keeping a promise. A lot of you guys could be stressed or like burdened because you feel like you told somebody you were going to keep a promise, and maybe that's a lot of weight for you. And then we have the Queen of Swords in the reverse here with the Star. So you could be dealing with a Libra, like I said, or an Aquarius here. I feel like somebody could be really, really in defense mode, either because of what faith they practice. They believe in a certain thing, or they believe things should be a certain type of way. Or maybe their faith is really, really high and your faith isn't on the same level as them for the relationship. And that's why you're stressed, right? So, but I feel like when you guys communicate, this person doesn't really want to hear what you have to say, or they're not coming off very receptive. I feel like somebody's just really in defense mode, but I feel like it's because of their feelings. Or like I said, their faith is so high that you're going to keep a promise to them. So if you show them anything different, they're going to be in very, very high defense mode. They're not going to want to hear anything other than about how you're keeping a promise. I kind of feel like somebody's like, well, Leo, you said you were going to vow to me. You were going to make a promise to me. You were going to only travel to the waterfalls in life with me. So if you don't do that, anything that you're saying that's other than that, I really don't want to hear you. I had faith in you. I had faith in us. So why don't you? I feel like so far what I'm getting here is a defensive air sign that has higher faith than you maybe in the relationship. And even if you are starting to gain it, the star with the hangman, maybe that's where your mind is really taking this shift. You're having to have faith even though you don't know the outcome of something. And Queen of Wands here, you're a very, very good looking person. I feel like you're very attractive. You're very charismatic. This person sees that as well. And I feel like somebody really sees you as like, oh my God, Leo, you look good. Like if you end up getting with somebody else, I probably would end up getting attitude, literally. And that's another reason why they're probably in defense mode, because you're very, very attractive to them. Also, whoever you're dealing with, this could be them. They could have a certain way that they express themselves. Somebody could have tattoos. They could show a lot of their skin, okay, or have a certain style that's really like just stands out to you. But you do have the Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Some of you guys could be moving in with this person soon. There could be some type of celebration of you guys' life together. So this could be an engagement. Somebody could be going to a house party. You could be having a birthday party. A surprise party could be thrown for you. Yeah. The Four of Wands is really usually a couple in victory walking into their new home. So this is like a foundation being built. I feel like something is being built strong in between you and this person, but you just have to keep your faith, and you can't let any of your childhood trauma, past memories, or you digging for some type of clarity mess it up. This is giving, don't self-sabotage a good thing, Leo. This is really what this reading is about. What else with keeping a promise before we close out the reading with the last card? Yeah, 10 of Swords and the 9 of Wands. I just feel like you're really stressed and you're really burdened. 11:22 on the clock as I say this now. And I feel like that's because, like I said, all that past trauma. All these swords represent all your thoughts, but it also represents all your failures. So I feel like if you felt like you failed multiple times in relationships, or you're just constantly beating yourself up, you're just self-sabotaging. That's all it is. You can't operate off of how you moved in the past or how you did things in the past. Somebody could have their ear pierced, somebody could have a haircut like this, or be a dark-skinned man. Even if you're not, this picture is just so specific to me. I feel like your person or you could even look like this, okay, Leo? But nevertheless, you can't focus on your past failures in relationships and bring that into your new relationship. You need to go watch Gemini's reading. I'm telling you, their reading was just like this. You can't bring the old into the new. You can't bring old chapters into the new chapters. You can't bring a stale piece of bread with another piece of bread for the sandwich. It has to all be fresh. Like, yeah, no. Don't let your past overtake everything. And I feel like that's why the Hangman was your first thing coming out as your major arcana. And then you have the Star and the Sun. Let's think about that. This is really a match. You are the sun to somebody. You bring a lot of joy, a lot of boldness, a lot of heat, a lot of passion to somebody's life. And then whoever you're dealing with is the Star. They bring the calming energy, the cooling, the soothing, the things that you can't see, that they see. It's really a balance off of each other. And this really could be a beautiful relationship if you let it be. Okay? Very, very powerful match. Because it's like yin and yang. With the sun will also come the moon. And with the heat will also come the cool. Like, come on now. What's anger management here? What's anger management for Leo? Last few cards, Spirit. What's anger management? What's anger management here? Okay, 8 of Swords in reverse. Whoever this person is, this Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, I feel like they overthink a lot of things. Or sometimes they're always like, 8 of Swords is like self-imprisonment. You're beating yourself up, but it's also overthinking your thoughts time and time again. And I feel like the more this person overthinks something, it sends them into this like angry mode, this anger management type of thing that needs to be like calmed down a couple notches. What else with this 8 of Swords in the reverse? Why does this person overthink? Why do they think like this? Why does their thoughts get them so angry? Yeah, that's, if you ever feel like you need to have a conversation with your person, I feel like that will be the best way to go about it. Why does overthinking cause you to get angry? Or what specifically are you overthinking about so bad that makes you angry? I just think, like I said, it's this person's faith. They have such strong faith in this relationship that you guys really are going to be loyal to each other, that you're going to keep that promise to each other. And I think when they overthink the fact that it may not turn out like that, or they're the only one keeping a promise on their end, I think it just makes them angry. Yeah, I just think you're dealing with a person that is really vowed to you and is really loyal to you. But look, extra Libra energy. Somebody just wants you to be fair. That's all this is. And I love that the Justice card is coming out. You have major arcanas here. You are now playing fair in life. You're also about to find the joy in your life without having to make bad choices first, just to be able to do it. And this is also the Truth card. This coming out with the Ace of Swords. You're really coming to the truth of the things in your past, why things ended in your past, why relationships ended in your past. It's because it was either meant to lead you to this person, or just this moment in general of you really finding out about yourself. This is, I'm telling you, Leo, this is definitely one of y'all deepest readings, hands down, out of any I've ever done. And like I said, Justice is about truth, about things coming out fair for you, but it's also about the balance of things as well. There's only so many times I could lie to myself before I really come to the clarity of myself, the truth of myself. And like I said, this is also this person's feelings. I feel like they get angry because they just want things to be fair. They don't want to be being loyal to you if you ain't being loyal to them. And I'm not talking about like sleeping around in a sexual aspect. I just feel like this person has really like put so much faith into you. They're expecting you to have that same faith in them and that same trust that wherever we're going together. Wow. This is like divine power couple. Lightning bugs could be significant. Fireflies, the nighttime in general could be significant. Okay. And I just feel like Justice is also about fighting for what you love. Gemini also got that in their reading. Like, that's what I'm saying. A lot of you guys could have air in your chart as well. But yeah, Leo, this was a very powerful reading. Don't self-sabotage a good thing. Let someone be the yin to your yang, or vice versa, okay? And happy birthday again. This was your reading. I love y'all. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.